projects. Today, as you can see, we got a piece of junk engine. That's right, we got it from the junkyard where these junky engines live. Now, we paid $150 for this Chevy Malibu 2012 engine, the 2.5 Fuel Flex or the EcoBoost, whatever you want to call it, engine, and we paid $150 for a reason. These engines are junk. The 2.5 EcoTecho engines are trash. And it's probably why you're watching the video, because you got a trashy engine too. Your engine's going out, you about to set it on fire, and you want to know what the final result is. This is the video for you guys.
All right, so these engines have a bad rep for the timing chain. So the timing chain tensioners, what tends to fail is the tensioners start failing, or the guides will break because they're made out of plastic. And that's what's going on today. All right, so we're gonna be opening this engine up, and while we're there, we're gonna be replacing the timing chain, tensioners, guides, and we're also gonna be replacing the water pump that's located inside behind this cover here.
So if you got a trashy, the 2.5 liter, clicked on the right video. Critics, you're welcome. All the critics, the nice ones, crazy ones, everybody, hit us down in the comments and let us know what you think about our engine, timing belt, change, rebuild, whatever you wanna call it. Let's go.
All right, so the reason we're replacing this engine is because the existing engine in the car we have, the timing chains has slack. So what that means is something in there went wrong, the guides might have broke, and you know, this is an interference engine, so what happens is when the timing goes off, boom, valves slam against the pistons, and no bueno. All right, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna open up the valve cover. So the person we bought it from pretty much said, hey, you open up this engine, the warranty's void, so we're gonna open it up because I ain't about to put this engine in there and it'd be bad too. So we don't want that, so let's go ahead and get started. Let's get to it. So let's go ahead and pop off these bolts and let's go ahead and check it out.
Now we're about to pull out this valve cover. Like I said, we took a $150 chance on this engine. The chances of this engine being good are very low because of how bad these engines came out with the timing chain issue. Now we're about to go ahead and take this valve cover off and find out if we got duped. Let's go. He needs some milk.
All right, there it is, there it is.
All right, guys, moment of truth, $150.
Yes, sir.
It's down the drain, yes or no? Put it in the comments. Let's go. Bam.
Bro, you heard of an oil change?
No, they ain't never heard of no oil change, brother.
Man, this...
On the other hand, they ain't never heard of an oil change,
bro,
my boy.
Look at this, bro. Look at this. Look at that. That thing is caked on that sludge right there. Whew.
God.
They did their yearly oil change, that's for sure.
So guys, be sure to do your oil change once a year like this guy did. And then you're gonna have a result like these guys do. All right, let's go ahead and take this engine apart.
Let's do it. So we're gonna start by taking this cover off. So I've already taken the liberty and taken off, there was a bracket that goes here. So it takes a bracket, pulley here, tensioner pulley for the serpentine belt. So next we're gonna take off this crank pulley. It's about 21 millimeter bolt here. We're gonna hit it with the impact. And yeah, take off this pulley and then take off this cover next, all right?
This thing got a bunch of sludge, bro.
Hey, bro, what you got in your pocket, man?
Oh, you talking about this? Man, these are the new sweat pads from Northeast, bro. You gotta get this. If you ain't got this in your toolbox, then you ain't really tooling, bro. You know what I mean? Those false mechanics out there, get one of these, bro. These for, let me show y'all what it is, bro. Right here. These are for sweat right here, sweat. Ooh! Look at that, all the sweat cleaned up. Northeast Wood, get you some. All right, so I'm gonna be using this impact to take off that pulley right there. D-Wall, get you one, boy.
All right, so this pulley just slides right out right there, just like that.
And it should have a little groove right there, some grooves. You can barely see them. So there's only really one way this thing can go in. So don't be scared. I'm gonna put it in wrong. You can't.
All right, so I already went ahead and removed these bolts off the timing cover here. So all we're gonna do is pop it off now. So sometimes these are hard to pop off. This particular one, not really. So just.
Why are you struggling, brother?
Bro.
Somebody that on the comments is asking why you struggling. And that, my friend, is not how you want to see your engine. No, sir. Whoever owned this car was fill in the blank.
All right, so I want to go ahead and I went ahead and put in this crank bolt. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna spin the engine around. Quick little tip: take off your spark plugs. Is gonna help when you're spinning your engine around. So that way, all that compression, all that air that's gonna be building up, escapes and makes it real smooth to spin. So we're looking at timing marks, and we're pretty much just gonna spin the engine slowly. And we're trying to get the timing marks to align into place where we want them, so everything's in time before we take off any kind of chain or timing guides.
Somebody in the comments is asking why you're struggling.
Bro, I haven't had my Wheaties this morning, that's why.
Guys, eat your wings. So you have two timing marks on both of these. So they gotta be perfectly aligned. The whole engine has to meet at a specific location all at once. If that makes sense.
All right, so this particular tool, you can buy it on Amazon. So it's pretty much a guide to help you make sure your timing is set right. And whenever you're taking off the bolts or when you're putting it back on at the end, make sure nothing moves. So this is a pretty cheap tool, 30 bucks on Amazon. Can't beat it.
30 bucks.
So these little prongs here pretty much have to go into here. So we're gonna be spinning the engine around till we get those points to set.
Somebody in the comments asking why you're struggling.
Bro, I haven't had my breakfast. Almost there. All right, just like that. So you see how it's supposed to slide just in right in there, and it has a bolt that you put on each side to pretty much hold your position. So those bolts going right into where the valve cover goes. So you just put those two bolts in.
Okay, so what makes this the right position?
So what makes it the right position is you're gonna have, you see this diamond here, that's the indicator. That's gonna be at about a 45 degree. And then you got another mark over here on this side. And that's gonna be pointing at about a 15.
15.
A little bit to the left of 12 o'clock.
That's what he's talking about right there. Okay.
Let me just make sure it's front.
Alright guys, 10 minutes in, this video is over with.
No
Fastest,
bueno.
That's the fastest video Automotive Parts has ever done. Why? Because this verifies what we started off saying at the beginning of this video, that these engines, the 2.4 liters EcoTech, are trash. I'm sorry that you're gonna hear this on this video, but these are trash. Let me show you why. I don't want to just say and you take my word for it, but let me show you why exactly I say they're trash.
All right, so we got a very unfortunate surprise when we opened up this cover here. So this right here, this is one of the guides to the water pump. So look at this. Look at all this slack here. So this guide's supposed to be resting on this chain here, and this tensioner is supposed to be putting tension on this chain so everything stays in timing. Okay, so and tight. So we try to line up all these marks for the timing and for the balance shafts here, and let me tell you, they ain't lining up. So that pretty much wraps it up. This engine, no bueno, no good.
No bueno. $150 down the drain. I know some of y'all smart mouths gonna be like, that's why it's $150. Well, this engine's actually worth $50, so we gotta, well, never mind.
One eternity later.
All right, so we're back at it a couple days later, but a lot has changed. So you can see behind me, this is not the first, but this is the second engine. The first one ended up being a bad engine, as you saw in the video. So this engine is the second one. We ended up exchanging it, and let me show you what we've done. All right, so this is engine number 2, and as you can see, it has all new components inside. Unfortunately, we weren't able to record the process, but we did replace everything to do with the timing and the chain, as well as this chain number 2 right here, which runs to the water pump. But yes, all new guides, tensioners, the second tensioner here. This is for the timing belt, timing chain, and water pump was replaced as well. The old one's down here. And in order to access the water pump, you do have to take off the cover, and the cover that's back here, and this tube has to come out. This thermostat housing comes out as well. So the valve cover was also replaced, so it has new seal up here. Fortunately, since it's already done, I can't show you the cam phasers, but like you saw before, it does have timing marks and everything's set. This timing chain has 3 marks, so there's 2 of them up here, the chain, and it has 1 mark on the chain, as you can see right there. You can still see the mark right here, that circle right there. And this is for the water pump, the one behind it. So that's lined up in time, along with the balance shaft here, and over here the second one. So everything's still in time. So it's very important when you're in this step to rotate your engine. The last thing you don't want is for this engine to make interference and something go terribly wrong. All right, so I went ahead and took out the spark plugs and coil packs. It makes it a lot easier whenever you're spinning the engine, so that way pressure is not building up in the combustion chamber. So let's go ahead and give it a spin, see what we hear. All right, so let's do it. Let's go ahead and turn this engine by hand. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that everything goes smooth and there's no interference. So what you don't want to feel is, you don't want to feel any kind of resistance. It should be real smooth when you're cranking it down. So we're going to go ahead and spin the engine a couple times clockwise. All right, there it is, there it is. You can see the timing marks moving, and everything seems to be turning pretty smooth. I don't hear any noises, so that's always a good sign. Yep. Hey, I think we got a winner here. Yep, it's turning smooth as butter. So that's what you want to see, guys. You want to see the engine rotating. You don't want to hear any weird noises. So it looks like we did a pretty good job with this timing chain.
What's going on, brother?
I'm tired, bro.
You losing the ghost?
Yeah, I'm losing
The
it.
Holy Ghost?
I'm losing it, bro.
Our engine's about to go up. We're using the old Chevy van strap. Like, you know, so I shine. Let's go. That's how you know you're working, man. You got your elbows dirty like this guy right here. You see your elbows. Okay.
Right there.
Dirty for another one.
Actually, I went to the yard.
Got you, bro. A little tip and trick from a seasoned mechanic.
Everybody thinks you're working, man. You're not really working.
You saw your nose too, man?
Yeah, that too.
20 years in the hole, buddy. All right. All right, let's go ahead and pull this engine out. The engine should be split already from the transmission. So we already got all the bolts. I think it's like 10 bolts that hold the transmission and the block together. We took out the motor mount. Now let's go ahead and haul it up. Yep, there it goes. All right, put some tension on it. Up. Checking it up.
No, it's gone, brother. The truck is gone.
That's your truck? He's getting robbed. Alright, we're back from the robbery. Alright. Woo!
That's it. I think that hit did it, brother.
You're breaking, man.
So we pretty much switched everything over from this old engine to the new engine. So we got the alternator on there. New coil pack, spark plugs, valve cover seals, you name it, it's done. Alright, so now we're gonna throw the bad boy back on the car. Somebody help him, he needs some milk. Just in case the engine falls, I got it on camera.
A few moments later.
There it is. 8 hours later. Bloody knuckles. Words were exchanged. Hands were thrown.
We're all friends.
But we got it in there. Look at that. It's already dark outside. It's currently 11 p.m. at night and we're still here.
Hard work, but we're finally gonna crank it up.
It's gonna be the first crank. This thing don't crank up. Y'all gonna be my witness. I'm gonna kick the crap out of the front bumper until I feel better. Anybody else have that feeling where just breaking something makes you feel better? Some of y'all hit me down in the comments below and tell me your story. Let's go.
All right, here we go.
First crank. Lights turn on. Hit it, Craig. and that is it, 5 hours in. So that's all there was. It looks like it was just an engine.
Yes, sir. Look at this. She powering like a kitten.
So we already filled it up, the reservoir with some radiator fluid. And transmission oil was placed in there. Now we're just gonna run the transmission through the gears, 10 seconds each gear. And we're gonna take it for a little spin around the old blocko. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put this boy on reverse, first drive since the swap. I stayed this in for a long time so you can hear those rusty, crusty, dusty brakes. Seems to be working. We got our eye on the temperature gauge. It seems to be a normal operating temperature. All right, so this thing is driving.
Woo, you hear that VTEC?
Ooh, I felt that VTEC. The C-Tech. We went for a 15-20 minute drive. Temperature stayed operating temp. That means that it didn't go past half, which is good. No smoke. The transmission feels good. Engine pulls hard. And yeah, so I would rate this a successful swap. Let's go. All right, guys, and just like that, we're gonna wrap this video up. This has been definitely a learning experience. We've learned a lot, the do's and the don'ts. But one thing I will tell you guys is always keep moving forward. Be positive and everything will work out. Even if it doesn't, you'll learn and it'll work out next time. So thank you guys for watching and we'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, that bell notification, because we got a lot more content that is coming, guys. And if you guys enjoyed this video, hit us down in the comment below and let us know what you thought about it. Let us know what you would have, what you wouldn't have done. Thank you guys and we'll see you on the next one.
Hey man, what are you doing?
I'm about to put this engine in the trash where it belongs, bro.